week we're going to take a nice gentle routine to reset your nervous system. I need it because I've just moved house, so I need to reset my nervous system. So we're going to have a little look at working into the fascia, which is kind of like a sheet that sits on top of your muscle, and it connects your entire body together. So it's how your whole body communicates, but often within there we hold a lot of tension and stress, and we often think about stretching our tendons and our ligaments and our muscles, but we don't think about the fascia and its capabilities and how we need to work on that. So how we do that is very superficially, really, with gentle stretching, nothing too deep. We're also going to look at the base of the spine. So the base of the spine is where all of your nerves are kind of bundled together. And we often think of the nervous system as just purely a sensation, but if you think about feeling nervous, it's also a very emotional kind of housing that's there in the base of the spine. So if we gently twist that, we gently apply pressure to that, we can help to soothe our nervous system. And then at the end we're going to take what's called a white light healing. So it's going to help to remove anything that might be causing us to feel stressed, anxious, tense, worried or fearful. And we're going to also take some poses which are empowering. So the reason they were created was to bring about a sense of empowerment into the body. So when we feel like we can take control of how we're feeling, often a lot of that stress is eliminated. Okay, let's make a start. Come to any comfortable seat. It can look like me, it might be on a block or a blanket, or it might be legs outstretched. You can do this however you like. But first, let's bring some alignment into our body by bringing our shoulders over our hips, growing tall through the spine, so gently drawing the navel in, rolling the shoulders up and down the back body, and reaching the crown of the head towards the sky, not the floor. Now just feel your sit bones on the earth, just nestle them in a little bit and keep that rooted connection with the surface beneath you. Relax the elbows in towards the body. And just start to arrive in your session, in your body, in your yoga practice. So letting go of anything that happened before here, or is to happen after. And your mind will of course try to distract you, that's absolutely fine. Just bring yourself back to your body, back to the sound of my voice, or back to your breath whenever you notice that happening. And try to release any frustration or anger. It's completely normal to be distracted. And let's start by bringing some gentle movement into the body. So you can start with any part of the body. This is a nice free-form, flowing movement. Or you can follow my guidance. So just start with the head and neck. If you want to, maybe rolling them around in a circle or nodding yes and no. Maybe you just let one ear come over to the shoulder and stretch into the side of the neck. So this is really an embodiment practice. When I say embodiment, I want you to be led by the body. So if you feel all your energy and your awareness is within the mind, within the skull, try to consciously drop that down into the body and be led by sensations and urges and little niggles that your body is asking of you. Where does it want to move? How does it want to move? Do this with openness and curiosity. Maybe feeling it into the jaw. Again, connected to the vagus nerve, which starts behind the ear. This is very connected to our parasympathetic nervous system, so the rest, digest, relax. Feeling into the jaw. Is the jaw tense? Do you clench your jaw? You can give it a little massage if you want to, or consciously just relax it. Let it drop away. So let there be a gap between your teeth. Maybe you just stretch the side of the neck. Everybody in this room is going to be completely different in where it holds its tension and how it holds its tension. So again, like I say, just be curious about what's there. You don't need to know how it got there or what caused it. We're just working with the body right now. Feeling into the upper fibres of the back and the trapeze muscle. So maybe let your neck come down, your chin come down onto your chest. Let the weight of the head pull there. Often again, carrying the weight of the world on the shoulders can make them feel tense and heavy. So energetically today, we're going to release some of that. When you're ready, in your own way, start to move the arms. So you might want to take a nice big stretch up, lengthening that spine once again. And then start to explore this space around you. So this is your energy field, your subtle body, your aura. It should be about arm's length away from you. So if it feels hyperextended, pull it in closer so that it ends at your hands. If it feels like it's stuck close to you, try to extend it out. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, just trust the process and move your arms around. Don't need to worry about it. So what we're doing here is we're cleansing this space with our hands, like a shaman would with some feathers. We're just cleansing out any negative energy, pressure, stress, worries and fears. They're coming away, and at the same time you're creating this lovely boundary around you that protects you from anybody's stuff. Nobody else's stuff is going to come in. We could collectively imagine all of that going out the door and leaving us. It's not in here anymore, not wanted, bye-bye. As you move your arms around, notice how your spine is joining in. So being aware of the spine, again, really good for safety and security in your own body. Your spine holds you upright. So connecting and feeling into the spine is going to help increase that sense of safety in your body. So maybe bringing in some side bends, some twists, some forward folds, playing around with the spine, how it wants to move, how it's asking to be moved. And if something's not serving you, just let your body know you're grateful for it telling you that that's not what it needs. That's also important to know. So you might take a shape or a movement that just doesn't feel right today. So lean into that a little bit. These don't have to be yoga moves, they can be any kind of movement. When you're ready, feeling into the chest, the rib cage, having a little move around of the chest and the rib cage, and then quite connected to the spine also, more the upper middle spine. So maybe isolating those movements a little bit. Pelvis, again really rooting those sit bones down. When I say sit bones, they're those knobbly bits right in the centre of your glutes. You can kind of move your glutes out a little bit to nestle them into the ground. Again, feeling into the base of the spine, the little bundle of your nervous system. How does it want to be massaged? Round and round, side to side, maybe a bit of both. Really soothing on the nervous system, especially when it's a bit frazzled. And again, I might be saying that that's soothing. It might not feel soothing to you today, so I want you to again empower yourself by knowing that you have autonomy over your body, and if something else feels soothing today, then to listen to that. Maybe it's moving your wrists, maybe it's moving your toes. This is just a generalization. When you're ready, maybe stretch the legs out. And again here, you can play around with the feet, the ankles, the knees. You can keep moving your body in some way, but this time with the legs outstretched, just to see how that feels. Any kind of movement is fine. You could bend your knees. So noticing that kind of superficial pressure as you roll your glutes side to side maybe, so that would be working into your fascia, very outermost layer. And then notice how everything connects together. So just by doing this, I'm feeling the soles of the feet connecting with the earth and feeling the breeze on the soles of my feet and my toes, but also that the base of my spine is moving. That whole body connection. That's what yoga means. It means union, to yoke, to bring together, to unite. That's the purpose of yoga, not necessarily the movements. When you're ready, come back to that comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you, with that gentle alignment of joints stacked, shoulders over hips, crown of the head reaching and chin tucked down. And just notice how energetically, if you feel maybe subtly different to when you first came into the session, when you first started, you might not notice anything, and that's okay. Just notice that. Just being in the body once again. So being in your body is actually a really good way to regulate yourself. And we forget to do this throughout the day. We get really busy, we get really distracted, and we dissociate from our body without realising. And this can, again, cause a wired nervous system because it goes into that stress response. A really lovely way to connect with your body is to just take your pulse. You don't need to count, you don't need to worry about what your pulse is doing. It's just a really gentle way of being in the rhythm of your body as it is in that moment. So ladies, if you get your right hand and place these 3 fingers onto the pulse point on your wrist, gentlemen are going to take the left hand and do it onto the right. Just sit for a moment. You can close your eyes and feel your pulse. No need to count, no need to analyse, just that natural little clock in your body telling you exactly where you are and how you are, and your little natural rhythm. Such a powerful tool we have installed in our body. And as you grow a bond with this, you'll notice throughout the day how your pulse rate changes. Maybe it changes when you've just woken up, just before bed, after a meal, after exercise. Bringing these little mindful moments into your day as much as possible can really help to bring the energy back down or even up to a nicer level, a more regulated, soothed, uninflamed level. When you're ready, come down onto the earth. We're actually going to start today in Shavasana so that we can be super chill when we leave. So you can take this however you like. You might have your legs apart, you might have your arms apart, you might even place one on your heart and one on your tummy. It's entirely up to you. Just come into a comfortable lying position, play around with tucking your chin, moving your shoulders away, tucking the pelvis. And then just let that all go. Let your feet, knees, your thighs flop away from one another. Let your fingertips be soft. Check in with the face and the scalp and the jaw. Maybe on your next out breath you can deeply relax those parts. And we're going to practice now a 3-part breath. This again can be really regulating. It also might not work for you. So just be aware of how you're feeling. I also think that some things work at certain points and sometimes they don't, so it might be a breath that you use on and off. So first of all, we're going to breathe down into the collarbone. Breathe out of the collarbone. Let's just do that a few more times. If you can, breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. If that's not available to you, please don't worry. Just breathe however feels most comfortable, but breathing into the collarbone space and breathing out of the collarbone space. When you're ready, move that down into the lungs and the rib cage. So past the collarbone, down into the lungs and rib cage. And then finally drawing that breath down into the belly. And out, belly, rib cage, collarbone. Collarbone, rib cage, belly. Belly, rib cage, collarbone. Deeper, more conscious breathing. Just like that, and then allow your breath just to come back to its natural, organic state, however it wants to breathe. Ready, we'll take our first pose. It's a nice soft one. Bring your arms wide with the palms facing up, and then bring them behind your head. Oh my goodness, I've just spilled my tea everywhere. Hopefully it won't be in my hair. Yes, it is in my hair. Good job. And we're recording. Okay, I'm going to shuffle down and pretend that didn't happen. Bring your hands behind your head, your elbows wide. Then you're going to bring your left leg to the left edge of your mat and cross your right foot over the top. Now slide your elbows down towards your feet so that you're purposefully curving your body. One side is open and expanded and one side is crushing down. In a gentle way, of course, nice compression there. Keep your shoulders on the earth and breathe. When you're ready, bend up your knees, roll onto that side that you're basically already on, and hug your knees in side lying fetal pose. So you're like a little embryo tucked up safe inside the mother's womb. Nothing to worry about, nowhere to go, nothing to do, just safe inside your own little cocoon. Maybe you've got tea in your head, no worries in the world. When you're ready, roll back onto your spine. Briefly come back into Shavasana. And then we'll take our Bananasana on the other side. So bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. This time you're going to take your left leg over your right and shuffle that over to the right side of your mat. Bringing and sliding your elbows down towards the feet so that you're taking that curved shape. One side expanded, one side contracted. And breathe. You may notice it feels like you can get more air into one side of your body than the other. When you're ready, curl up into that fetal pose on the other side. Roll so your spine comes back on the earth. We're going to now cross our right calf over our left thigh so you can see your flexed foot there. When you look down, there's a little triangle shape. Take a few gentle breaths here in forward stretch. If you want to make this more intense, you're going to pick up your supported leg, bring it into tabletop pose, reach behind the thigh and draw it in closer to the body. If not, keep your feet on the ground. ready, release that grip. Let your foot just fall down towards the earth, coming into a spinal twist. Try and keep your shoulders on the earth here. Bring them out into a T position with either the palms flipped up or down. Take some deep breaths and be consciously aware of the base of your spine. Maybe breathing down into the spine, breathing out from the base of the spine. Roll so both hips come back onto the mat. Uncross your legs and cross them the other way. Stay here for a few gentle breaths, and then when you're ready, if you want to, you can pick that supporting foot up and bring that stretch a little deeper. So your glutes also are somewhere that you tend to hold a lot of stress and tension. We often say things we don't want to deal with, we sit on and bury down underneath us. So if you feel a lot of tension in this area, there may be something emotionally going on there. But also in a physiological sense, if you spend a lot of time sitting down in the car, on the sofa, this is a place that can start to build some tension. When you're ready, gently release that grip and let your foot come down towards the earth into a spinal twist, trying to keep your shoulders on the floor as much as possible and extending those arms out into a T position. Roll so both hips come onto the mat. Uncross your legs. Now bring your knees towards your armpits, so squeeze them down towards your armpits. Again, you can stay here, or you can come into full happy baby pose, so you're going to flex your feet, stack the feet above the knees. An option here to grab the backs of the thighs, maybe the backs of the calves, or you can reach up and grab the soles of your feet, drawing those knees wide and down, so down towards the edges of your mat, opening out the pelvic bowl. When you're here, if you're enjoying stillness and that's what your body is kind of lapping up in the moment, feel free to stay here. If you want to, add a little sway, just for that extra massage on the base of the spine. Ready, let the soles of your feet come together and bring them down to the earth. Let the knees just flop apart in reclined bound angle. Feel free to place your hands on your belly and take that 3-part breath again. Collarbone, rib cage, belly, belly, rib cage, collarbone. And you can kind of wave this breath through all 3 parts and wave it back out in one continual kind of flow, or you can consciously feel each part of the breath. It's entirely up to you. Pelvis is a place we hold a lot of fear, shame, guilt and trauma. We old trauma, new trauma, an accumulation of small traumas, or one big one, it doesn't matter. The hips are where we hold it quite often. So if it feels a little bit tender, that's okay, as long as it's not painful. Let your body have that somatic release. Don't worry about what is being released or how or why it got there. We're being led by the body here, not the analysis or logic of the mind. Just trusting the energy and the sensation in the body. It's going to do what it needs to safely and in a time that it needs to take. Remembering that you are nature. When you watch nature, it never rushes. It always does things as and when it should and how it needs to in its own time. It's just humans that rush. So allow your body to do the thing it needs to do without your conscious control. Gently breathe in and stretch your arms up towards the top of your mat. Swoop them down, and if you can, grab the outside of your thighs or knees and gently help them back together. It might be quite tender. Knock the knees and let your feet come apart just to reset your hips here. Breaths, and then you're going to roll onto your side and then all the way over onto all fours. So find yourself in your tabletop position. Zip up from the core so the back is flat. Press into your hands and your feet, bringing the hands directly under your shoulders with the fingertips spread wide, the eyes of the elbows shine forward, knees under the hips. A few gentle breaths. And on your next inhale, you're going to extend one leg, it doesn't matter which one, just level with the hip. Exhale and bring that knee towards your elbow on the same side. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Do that 3 or 4 times on each side with your breath, with your body. Place the knee when you're ready and swap sides. When you've done that, we're going to walk the hands in a little closer. We're going to come up onto the toes. And you're aiming to press your knees inside your elbows. If you can't get anywhere near there, somewhere in between is absolutely fine. So maybe you just come into a little squat, maybe the knees are on the outside of your arms, maybe you can tuck them in, into the elbows. Have a go. So this is your crow preparation pose. We're not going to do crow today, I'll be nice to you. But crow is all about empowerment, transformation, and embodying that strength that you have to face your fears with courage. How's it going there in the naughty corner? Can hear some giggling. You look very good. You look like crows. When you're ready, walk your hands forward and let your knees come back to the earth. Maybe here you gently press into a child's pose, just to have a little reset. Rolling back up onto all fours. You're going to tuck your toes, bring the knees in if they need to, and then press your hips back and up into a downwards facing dog. So paddle the feet here, shake the hips, press your heart down towards the earth. Feel that stretch in the calves, in the glutes, and the backs of the quads. nice flat back. When you're ready, take your weight onto one foot, extend the leg just hip height behind you, it doesn't have to come high. And then when you're ready, bend the knee and bring it across to the opposite elbow this time. Bring it back out and then replace it onto the earth. Swap sides when you're ready. Drop your knees whenever you need to and have a little break. Maybe do that twice or 3 times on each side. Once you're used to the pose, feel free to lift that back leg a little higher if you want to. Doesn't have to be super high. And then drop the knees, come down into a child's pose. Tuck the toes, come back into that downwards facing dog. This time you're going to walk your hands towards your feet, ending up at the back of the mat. Stay in that forward fold if that feels good. You can have a little sway, a little ragdoll, shake the head and neck. And then roll up into Tadasana, into mountain pose. Take some time here just to adjust to standing up. Roll the shoulders back, down the body. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, so we're going to take pyramid pose. Everything stays square to the short edge of the mat at the front. There's some kind of twisting here. So take a big step forward with your right or left foot. Doesn't matter which one. Feel your weight equally in both legs, and both legs are straight. Bring your hands underneath your glutes. Open your heart. Lean back, widen those collarbones. Gentle little back bend. Breathe in. Exhale and tip from the hips, bringing your arms up behind you. You're going to aim your nose towards your knee. If you need to, bring your hands down onto the earth or onto your shin or thigh to support you. Breathe in, roll up, take that back bend once again. Come back up into an upright position, release the hands. Step your opposite foot forward now to meet the other and take this one back. That's it. Bringing the hands underneath you, stretch down, open your heart, breathe in. Exhale, tip forward into pyramid pose. Breathe in, come up. Little back bend, hands on the waist. Bring your feet back together. Now we're going to take Krishna's pose. So we're going to take a step back with the opposite leg again. This time I want you to stagger your feet, but this one's going to come behind the centre line of the body. So you're kind of crossing them behind you. You can wiggle this foot further over so that they're crossed over. All there, perfect. So now we're going to take opposite arm as the leg that's in front, up and over. Grab the wrist and come into that side bend. I'm just going to turn so I can show you the camera. Breathing into that side body stretch. When you're ready, come back to the centre, release the hands, step both feet together, and then take that pose on the opposite side. Take a big step back, and then stagger the feet. That's it, opposite arm, up and over. Grabbing that wrist. Come into that side bend. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Back to the centre. Release the hands. Beautiful. Step both feet together at the top of the mat. And then we're going to take a vinyasa down to the earth. So come to the top of your mat this time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Lean back, breathe in. Exhale, swan dive down. Leave the chin and chest, release the head. Inhale up, halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right leg back, and then the left into your high arm plank. Chaturanga to the ground, elbows in. Inhale up into a baby cobra or a full cobra. Exhale, push back into a child's pose. Lovely, just stay there for me. Has everybody got a block with them? Give me a little wiggle of the fingers if you don't have one. That's confusing, guys. Who doesn't have one?
I don't.
1, 2, 3. Okay, just going to grab you.
I've got one.
You have one. You got one now?
Oh, I haven't got one.
Yeah. Okay, so come up and swivel around. We're going to come into our first yin pose. So help yourself down onto the mat. It's literally a big puddle down here that I'm just rolling around a bit. Yeah, tea is good for you, in your hair as well. Okay, so bring your feet in close to your glutes, tuck your pelvis underneath, and you're going to press into your feet just to lift your glutes up and bring them down onto your block. If that feels like too much pressure today on the base of the spine, feel free to use a folded blanket or a cushion instead. And we're just going to stay here for the first one, just letting that gentle compression on the base of the spine do its magic. Flip the palms up, relax the jaw, the scalp, the face, and close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or softly focus your drishti on a point on the ceiling or the wall. And allow yourself to start to journey inwards into that cool, still quiet of yin. Taking your time to explore all your kosha layers, your physical body, energy, breath, emotions, your wisdom. Allow them all to weave in and out of each other, and your awareness just to dance around wherever it wants to go. Maybe you use the breath as an anchor here, just exploring sensations of the breath. Or you can focus on that gentle sound of rainfall that we've just been blessed with.
I thought we should tea.
No, it's not my tea. says, and so I wait for time to heal the pain and raise me to my feet once again so that I can start a new path, my own path, the one that will make me whole again. And that's from Jack Canfield. When you're ready, gently stretch your right leg out, keeping the left leg bent. Stretch the left leg out, meet the right. If the sensation feels too intense here, bend up the left leg instead. Eventually you will come to understand that love heals everything, and love is all there is. Gently press your feet into the earth. Lift your hips up to slide your block out and come down into Shavasana, your final relaxation pose, lying on the floor. Of course, if you prefer, you can have your knees bent and your feet placed on the ground. If not, just let your feet, knees and thighs pop away from one another and your palms flip up. Tuck the chin, move the shoulders away from the ears, and then completely surrender down into the earth. Spend the first minute or so just readjusting as you need to get yourself more comfortable. You can pop some more clothing on, put a blanket over you, have a stretch, a wiggle, an itch and a yawn. Close your eyes and start to become aware of your breath. No need to change the breath here, just being aware of the breath, following the breath in and out of the body. Now I want you to be deeply aware of where your body melt down into the earth, your arms, your legs, your torso, the back of your head, your hands and your feet. Imagine yourself sinking down into the earth. Now I want you to imagine from the base of your spine, deep, big, healthy roots burrowing down, down into the earth, through the soil, the rocks, the minerals, the crystals, the underground rivers, all the way down into the earth's fiery core. And when you feel that connection with the earth's core, you imagine a bright red healing light travelling back up your roots and into your body. So you feel deeply connected, nourished and held by Mother Earth. And you feel your roots entwining with other roots, connecting you with everyone and everything on the planet, to that deeper web in which we all belong. And from these roots now, you imagine a healthy stem growing up towards the sky. It's strong, it's sturdy, deeply nourished, connected and held by the earth. Maybe you feel this in connection with your spine, growing up towards the sky. And you imagine now that your crown chakra, a flower, opening and blooming and absorbing the warm sunlight from above. And you feel this warm, healing golden light piercing every cell of your body, nourishing your whole system. Then the beautiful bright blue sky turns to a night sky, speckled with white twinkling stars. And you notice one star in particular, and it makes its way down towards you. And this star shines upon your whole body, your whole being, a beautiful, bright, white light. And you feel this light coming in to the top of your head, passing down through every chakra, all the way down to the base of your spine and filling your whole body. Any darkness, any blackness, any negativity that you find in any part of your body, tension, stress, trauma, injuries or illness, you see this as a black light, and this powerful white light washes that blackness away. It dissolves it out of your body. There's no need for it to be held there anymore. And you feel every bone, ligament, tendon, every cell, every fibre, muscle, organ, your skin glowing white light, pure, healed, deeply relaxed, healthy, connected and strong. And every breath in you take, this white light grows till it's glowing around you. It surrounds your whole body, permeates every single part of your being and the space surrounding you. And you bathe in this white light for the next few minutes. When you're ready, you imagine this white twinkling star making its way back up to be with its friends. And you imagine yourself, your flower closing back down into a bud, and the stem coming back down into your body, into the base of your spine. And now you slowly start to draw up those healthy roots, releasing from the core of the earth, back up through the rocks and the minerals and the underwater streams, back up through the soil and the fossils and the bones, back up through the grass and into your body, keeping that white light, purification and healing with you, and also keeping that strength and that security with you. Start to bring some movement into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes, rolling your wrists and your ankles, first one way and then the other. Taking that full body stretch, reaching your arms up past your ears, making your body as long as possible on the mat. And then bending up your knees and rolling onto one side of your body, whichever side feels safest, and just staying there. And give your upper body a big hug, a big squeeze, taking a gentle smile to yourself if that feels okay. When you're ready, pressing it into the earth and coming back up into the comfortable seat in which you started. And we'll just end our session today with a few final clearing breaths together. So taking a deep breath down into the belly, bring your arms wide and your palms all the way up above you to touch. Take an even bigger, even deeper exhale as you slowly float your fingers down through the air and touch the earth. And again, just the same, breathing down into the belly, pressing the palms together. Exhale deeply. One more time up. This time, leave your hands in prayer position, floating above you. Exhale them down through the crown, past the third eye, the throat, and down onto the heart, relaxing the elbows. Bring your chin down towards your chest, taking a gentle bow. A bow to yourself for your beautiful practice this morning, attending to the nervous system, and allowing your body to reset. A bow to each other for the shared group energy and the space that you hold for one another. And I bow to you